Hello, YouTube. We're back. We found our golden age. Things are going well. Let's muddle through, shall we? I also really want to start running my special project. Like it feels like maybe if our land was a little bit more tight and condensed, and we could have like expanded in a more timely fashion. I think this is the era where you can kind of be done expanding and start running our special project. To maybe like this is such a low threshold of tourists needed, right? And it's so early on in the game. Like I think that's what you're supposed to do with this civ. I haven't really had a lot of success doing that, but we might try that more in the future. For now, I'm happy getting all of the cities and all of the things and doing stuff and things with them all. Paris, actually, you know what? We just used Newton in Paris. Because I'm still cranking out settlers here. That'll be fine. That'll be all right. I'm curious if we'll get all of these cities that we have planned. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes a little too ambitious. Two tips on our special project. Don't forget that you can trade for multiple copies of luxuries and boost the project further. And you can use Colosseum as another luxury for a special project. Interesting. Interesting. Lunchtime's done. Ah, all right. Remember the plan. Have a good afternoon. It won't be so bad. What that? Alhambra. I don't want this chateau yet, but I will in a second. 2 turns. Start getting those. I really don't. Hi, Royce. How you doing? I love Potato. I think his content's great. I don't watch a lot of other content. And it's a weird perfectionist tendency that I probably need to just get over at some point. But I find that as a content creator, I want my takes and opinions and viewpoints and all of that stuff to come from like an authentic place, like a I thought of this place rather than I watched a thing and then I thought this. And that's silly of me. I recognize that is silly of me. And yet that's how I feel about it. And so I just generally don't watch a lot of other Civ content. So as much as I love Potato and think he's awesome and just a wonderful gift to have in the Civ community, I tend to avoid watching other content. No. So what do you mean by blob? If you can explain it to me, I can tell you if it's something I'm interested in. Again, I don't need this era. I don't think we get it this era, but we'll just chill. We'll just chill. Non-domination, domination, forcing cities via loyalty and loyalty flipping. Did he use Eleanor, I assume? I discovered UTGM when Potato had you on for the Humankind stream he did, and have been here ever since. Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, again, I love Potato. He's awesome. We've hung out a few times together. Like I have tremendous respect for him. We've had fun multiplayer games together. We got in a war once. Like, I don't know. It's just been awesome. And I know his content's amazing, but I don't know. I have weird isms about me. What can I say? Using J. Interesting. Interesting. Jer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. We could do something like that. It's interesting with Khmer. I mean, Khmer can get massively big, so it makes sense. Assuming you get the right religious beliefs. OnSpot's great content if you like or want to use multiplayer. Yep, love OnSpot too. I don't know, like, to me, I feel very, very lucky that the Civ community is just kind of cool in general. And And so I've been able to very honestly and you know, just without a lot of without any pretense or hesitation, like root for everybody in the space and, you know, be happy to see when other people succeed and stuff like that. So feed the world in Gurdwaras. Yeah, there you go. That'll do it. That'll do it. It's just a very good tile for them to have. All right, into the next era. I very much doubt that Zuckerberg has ever watched my stream. But if somebody has proof or knows his home phone number, we can find out. Is there any special challenge with this game? Yeah, it's only Monopolies. We're playing only Monopolies. And it's going okay. We're still expanding, which is a little bit slow. But we've got resources and things. I was just talking about landlines and home phone numbers with a friend yesterday. And we were talking about how having like a landline in the 90s, like growing up as a teenager, was like kind of torturous because people could just pick up the phone and listen. And that's awkward when you're like a teenager and want to talk to girls. Yeah. This needs to come in now. It's kind of a rite of passage. Or people would call your house and kick you off the internet. That was the worst. Exactly. When mom turns on the internet, you can't use the phone. Or the other way around. It happened to me the other way around more often. You always had grandparents listen in? Oh, that is awkward. That's not cool. That's not cool. I don't like that. All right, into our golden. We did the same thing too, Nicolette. Yeah, we did the same thing too. I remember when I thought your friend was so cool when they had a car phone. Oh my gosh. So now, like, cast your mind back to that moment. What did that car phone look like? It was a relic at this point, right? Like a relic.
It's much more fun when you're not.
You had 3 phones in the house? Oh dear. Ken, that's hilarious. I tried to get a crush to call your landline and promised you'd answer first, but nope, mom answered. Yeah, it was so awkward. So awkward. Have to play RuneScape on your computer at night when everyone's asleep. Yeah, that makes sense too. That's the way to do it. All right, I think we stick with Monumentality here. I wouldn't mind, like, we still have a few more cities to get. I wouldn't mind just Faith or Gold buying a settler. They are getting expensive. But I think that's the right choice here. Does anyone memorize phone numbers anymore? That's one weird thing, right? That's one relic of a bygone era. Like, I used to know, like, my 5 best friends' phone number and certainly my girlfriend's phone numbers and stuff. Now I don't have any idea what anyone's number is. And if I lose my phone, I guess you're all dead to me. That's all I know. Nice, Chimera. Loved when 3-way calling came out. Yeah. That was fun too. That was a novel concept at the time. Weirdly enough, I still think I know some of my like friends' house numbers off the top of my head. Like I could probably get a good 5 of them. Like gun to my head, I could probably do most. Do tell? No, I'm not gonna do that. It would be my friend's parents at this point. You'd be calling like you'd be calling parents and grandparents. It wouldn't be exciting, I promise. We'll fix our economy here soon. We need builders. I need a lot of builders. I also want another settler too. Where? Okay, so what else do we need to settle? This? That one. This one's ready. Let's do that. Interesting churn. Interesting. 2 turns on this one. I still have these 2 and then this one planned as well. I am not at Embark Tech, but we will be soon. I also have the same. I have my very first cell phone number still. This 1, 2, 3 that is there. I can farm it, I guess. That's interesting too, Chimera. Yeah, Earth Goddess. I mean, it's still pretty good. It's like decent in our game here. I'm pretty happy with it, even though it certainly feels worse, but it was probably at a point where it felt a little too good. You guys know what I'm talking about. And yeah, it doesn't feel as great, but I still think it's perfectly viable. I'm wearing a green shirt. Can't you tell? Can you tell? No? Okay. Hey, we get a free trade route. So this is one of the ones that I was talking about that it's a little bit weird, right? Because I would very much want this trader, and we have a religion built. We have Chinguetti. Like we have a lot of incentives to just take this trade and use it as a trade route, which is why we were saving the other ones. Like you need to have a merchant to make the full-on corporation, and so we do need to save some of these, but I don't think this is one of them that I want to save. I think I want to take Marco Polo, and I want to retire him and grab it. Like this is one that I'd be much more inclined because there's no capacity here. Like I can give up an envoy and a little bit of extra like internal gold. Because we're not really sending those out anyways. So Marco Polo, I choose you. Ooh, and we found Buenos Aires. Okay. Theater Square. How cultured of you. Fish out of water. Yeah, let's use this one. And it's trade routes. Foreign trade routes to the city provide gold for both cities. This is a fine spot. This is where our Zimbabwe is going to go anyways. We'll do that. We'll click that button. Thank you, White and Nerdy. I love people who clip and do things like that on stream. Thank you, White and Nerdy. You're the best. That is a very nice trade route. And this is eventually where we want them to go. I have most of my trade routes in Bordeaux for the temple and religious stuff that we had going on there. But this is where we go now, I think. Fish out of water was like the ultimate move. Frantically splashing away as we speak. Exactly, Artemis. Exactly. I don't have an issue with it. being a 90s baby, that is. Well, technically an 80s baby, but I grew up in the 90s. Hold on. Situs is not cooperating. Stop it. Oh, stop it. Don't like it. It's cool. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right. I just know that I like myself a lot better at this age than I did at like 18, 20, 25, whatever. I miss the 90s. What was the best part? What were the best parts and worst parts of the 90s? Yeah, I know, Bannerman. I like laughed. I laughed so hard. I was like, Bannerman, you called it. Super baggy jeans. Okay, yes. Fashion in the 90s was absolutely the worst. If someone can come up with the worst part of the 90s, I implore you to do so. I think fashion in the 90s was garbage. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. Fresh Prince Season 1 is a good example. Fashion in the 70s would like to have a word. Yeah. I mean, the fashion could be the worst part about many decades. That's fine. I just think specifically in the 90s, fashion was the absolute worst. It was all primary colors, like bright. It was 80s part 2. Hey, we found a thing to go do. Let's go do the thing. It was Frozen garbage. I mean, all right. So then let's give credit where credit's due. What was the best part of the 90s? If fashion in the 90s was the worst, what was the best part? Grunge. Music. Video games were probably the best. It's true. There was a heyday of music. Or video games, rather. Internet. Yeah, early internet was pretty great. You know what? You know what it was? All right, I got it. I got it. And if you can come up with a better dichotomy than this, please do. Worst part of the 90s, the fashion. Best part of the 90s, HomestarRunner.com. Oh, sorry. Homestar Runner. It's .com. Or, as a close second, the second best thing of the 90s is probably Code Red Mountain Dew. You missed the manuals that came from a game? Yeah. The Prima strategy guides were pretty sweet. All right, where's this going? Here still? Maybe we buy a settler from here, settle this and this, and we'll just be done with settlers for a while. That'll work. Probably was 2000s? I thought it was earlier than that, but maybe I'm wrong. Command and Conquer, StarCraft, and Half-Life. Command and Conquer for sure. For sure. Code Red was overhyped. Livewire was better. Interesting. Interesting, Nicolette. We have tension between us now. I don't know about that. I don't know about this Code Red bashing. But Command and Conquer, I'll take that as an answer too. What was the best TV of the 90s? Do you think? Was there good TV in the 90s? Maybe like Quantum Leap? Saturday morning cartoons? Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, that's true. Simpsons 5 through 10. Simpsons 3 through 10, frankly. But you're right. You're right. Simpsons was great. All right. I was being too hard on the. You're right. You guys are all right. There are a lot of good examples. I was being too hard. I was being too glib. Story of my life. Buffy, Babylon 5, Quantum Leap. Thank you, Jan. Home Improvement. Oh man, that was a show that existed in the 90s. That's for sure. X-Files. All right. I stand corrected. We've been in a heyday for a while, as far as TV goes. I can accept that. I'm so close to enlightenment, am I not? 7 turns. 5 turns to get there. And I need 2 banks still. I don't need to rush to civil engineering. Let's do this. Futurama technically started in the 90s. True. What was your favorite 90s movie and why was it the Mario Brothers movie? Was Matrix 90s? Or was that early 2000s? 99 was Matrix? Oh, man. That's pretty good. Pretty good. It's Wayne's World? All right. Wayne's World. I'll accept that as the best movie of the 90s, too. It's a very good point. Vlad has superior taste to me, clearly. Shawshank, Bill and Ted. Take the good with the bad. So this does work, by the way. Our ability here. Getting 2 culture next to chateaus. And this is an industry. So this does work. This is something we were wondering about yesterday. I'm happy to see that. What? Okay. Since we're down this nostalgia trip path, I'm just gonna steer into it with everybody, and we're just gonna keep talking about the 90s. Apparently, what was your most embarrassing? Like, what's the childhood movie that you watched a bajillion times and you kind of look back and you're like, that movie's not that good. That movie's not that good. Does anybody have any embarrassing, like, love affairs with movies that have not aged well? Aladdin, but Aladdin's a good movie. You're allowed. That's fine. You can have Aladdin. I wouldn't be embarrassed of liking Aladdin. Last Action Hero, Independence Day. Armageddon's a good one. That's a good one. Die Hard's still good. Die Hard is still good. Pirates 2. Pirates is a good one to put on there. Weekend at Bernie's. Power Rangers live action. This is not much of a deal. I don't know that I think I can do better than that. Mine is either The Rock, because I watched The Rock a lot and I haven't rewatched it since my childhood, so I just don't know if it holds up. It probably doesn't. Or the Robin Hood Kevin Costner, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. Is it still good? Does it hold up? I somehow don't believe you. All right. Might need one more settler. We'll see. Yeah, Nick Cage and Sean Connery. I was pretty good. There's some good lines in that. It's just weird to like look back and be like, oh, that was Michael Bay. Yeah, Fog Dog, you get it. You get it. Let's district in this direction. That Robin Hood's still the best Robin Hood that was filmed. That might be true. That might be true. Face Off is another good example, Imperator. I like that one. Con Air. Oh, man. I think the original Men in Black is 90s, yes. Yeah, I saw that movie a lot in the theaters. That's a good one. I think that does weirdly hold up, though. The original Mission Impossible? How about anything with Tom Cruise? How about anything with Tom Cruise?
Strategy required.
Original Mission Impossible I also saw a lot of times and thought was pretty good. No, I know, Imperator. That's why I think it fits this category of like what are you sort of embarrassed that you were super into back then. Pulp Fiction. I still feel weird about Pulp Fiction. Lebowski holds up. I still like Big Lebowski. Pulp Fiction I saw at way too young of an age and should not have. It's just like your opinion, man. Let's do that. Yeah, Fight Club. I didn't get introduced to Fight Club until college. Fight Club might have been early 2000s, no? Oh yeah, Drew. We like so many fissures on this map, and like so many of them near our cap. Like nine results. They're all here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. Do I know that in China they changed the ending of Fight Club? They've done that a few times, right? Like there have been... haven't they done that with Marvel movies too? Fight Club is 99? Really? Huh. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. We're done with Settlers, finally. Serfdom we can keep in for a little bit. 12 and maybe 6 and 6. The Faith isn't bad either. I still kind of like the 7 gold per turn. Although we have 340 gold. You know what? Never mind. I don't care about 7 gold per turn. Just kidding. Let's go logistics. What's up, Muffin? Are we all forgetting the first rule of Fight Club? Yes. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I have no regrets. Fight Club. There's like a trope or a motif in films where you go through this whole journey of the film and the story and stuff, and then they do the like it was all a dream. Like just wipe it away and none of it was real. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Fight Club, it's been out 23 years. It's your own fault. But that's what they do in Fight Club. It's like it's like Wizard of Oz. Same thing, right? Wizard of Oz. None of it happened. Real interesting movie. Real interesting movie, you guys. It's like it's like pre-Shyamalan. It's like pre-Shyamalan stuff.
King Solomon gave the queen.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, no, we got it. Oh, I skipped through it. All right, we've got Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is incredible. I skipped through the video. I am sorry about that. But this gives us an extra trade art capacity and then 2 gold per bonus resource. Let's make sure we have all of our bonus resources. We got that one. We are missing this one. 6 turns until we get it naturally. That's fine. I skipped the video. I am big sorry. I am big sorry. But that's a pretty great Zimbabwe. I didn't miss it. I just skipped through the video. You're gonna take me to task, stall it? Okay, that's fine. I don't have the ability to back up what I'm saying ever, because I'm just an idiot on the internet. But that's how I felt about it. There are probably some Fight Club aficionados that can take me to task and go, actually, it was about this. Hackers? Oh man, I remember Hackers. That movie was interesting. I forgot about Hackers. I don't think we're allowed to talk about it, no. I think that's the whole thing. How many bonus resources for it to be great and not just a mediocre Zimbabwe? I think 5 is mediocre. I think 7 is is getting to great territory. I think 9 to 11 is beyond reproach.
Hackers was introduction to the one and only Angelina Jolie.
Ah, Cope. Okay. All right. Yeah.
What can be
90s heartthrob. Angelina Jolie. Yeah, the 4 food tile's way better. Let's do that. Thank you very much, Cope. Welcome back. Thank you for the repeat sub, and I'm happy you're here. Was that her first movie? It may not have been her first movie, but it was probably a lot of people's introduction to her. All right, I'm so close to enlightenment. That's going to time out well. We do that. We start to get some banks. This was not the Great Zimbabwe Seed, but we did just get a Great Zimbabwe.
Son, have you seen the reign of God?
More relics! Because candy makes you dandy. Half-Baked, that's another 90s movie. That was my first introduction towards pot culture. Speaking of heartthrobs, Clueless and Alicia Silverstone. Yeah, that wasn't one for me. Alicia's cool, but I was probably more in the Jolie camp. I'm trying to think of who my 90s heartthrobs were, and honestly, the only real like memory I have of having a crush on like a fictional character in the 90s was, frankly, Jean Grey. I really liked the cartoon version of Jean Grey. Paul Rudd, why does Paul Rudd not age? That is a weird thing. That is a weird thing. Look at these trade routes now. These are ridiculously good. We're going to have to figure out how to bridge over to more civs. But I'm definitely taking this for now. I mean, there are a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's Shakespeare adaptations, I think. I guess I didn't know about Clueless, but I was clueless about it, you might say. And if you don't want to say that, that's fine too. Yeah, Scotland's flipping over there, which is good for us. Elizabeth Shue, yeah. More of an 80s heartthrob, but I can respect it. I can appreciate it. I'll take that hit. Sarge, hey buddy. How you doing?
Hey, I finally made it before a stream ended.
I'm happy you're here. Yeah, we're going strong. We're on a real nostalgia trip today. Apparently, I can talk and play as long as we're only talking about 90s nostalgia, and then I'm well equipped to handle it. But we've been having a lot of fun chats. It's your favorite 90s heartthrob, Sarge. Yeah, Zimbabwe is optimized with bonus resources. We're good. Yeah, we're having a grand old time, or at least I am. Oh, I forgot about Hot Shots. Hot Shots Part 2. That's a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Everybody hum the X-Men thing. X-Men theme in 3, 2, 1. How's that? Did I do okay? It's the best I got. Good luck getting that out of your head. Yeah, for sure. X-Men cartoon's getting a sequel? I've heard that. I've heard that. I can't decide if it's ill-advised or not. Andy McDowell and Groundhog Day? Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. That was really good coordination. I'd like to tighten up some of it. You know, we open in 3 nights, you guys. Can you... Come on. 3 nights. Groundhog Day is another movie that didn't age well. Oh, hard disagree. Groundhog Day is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Groundhog Day. I think it holds up. Oh, there was some stuff. Okay, you know what? Starship Troopers came to me at an age where I was definitely getting a little bit more interested in the things that were going on in the shower scene specifically. So yeah, Starship Troopers has an imprint on my on my spinal cord for sure. For sure. I would love to go back and watch Starship Troopers. This is insanely good. Let's take this. Let's get some builders out. I think we're almost done settling our cities. Let's run this for a few more turns and then we'll sub out for better economy. Oh, Tremors was 90s as well. Gotta get some Swiss cheese and bullets. Tremors is real good.
Claims that cannot be...
Groundhog Day didn't age. It's just the same day over and over. That's true. That is true about Groundhog Day. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's still one of my favorite movies. For sure. Independence Day holds up. I haven't watched that in a minute either. I could buy it. Adrian Paul from the Highlander TV show. All right. All right. I didn't watch Highlander. I have no context for this. But I can appreciate it. We're just on 90s nostalgia. We talked about movies and TV and romantic interests. Romantic being in quotes. Oh, I meant to send out Diplo League with Buenos Aires. That's a whoops. Did anyone mention Phantom Menace yet? No, because they know they'll get banned. No, I'm kidding. No. I can't. That's out of my realm of being able to commiserate about. I can't stand it. I'm all for you liking whatever Star Wars movies you can. I'm over gatekeeping. I don't wanna police anybody's interests. I have no interest in doing that. But a bad movie's a bad movie, and I refuse to like it. So are you Buddhist? No, you're Eastern Orthodox. Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't make it a good movie. Like being good for the memes and being popular is very different than being like artfully crafted and beautiful. Like Groundhog Day. I want this to be a chateau. Did give us Darth Maul. Yeah, but Darth Maul is the same character. Like, the depth of Darth Maul, and I've complained about this. I love Avatar The Last Airbender. There may be an Avatar podcast in my near future. We'll see. But so season 3 of Avatar The Last Airbender, they introduce the character that basically just shot lasers out of his head. And that's not a character. It's a vehicle. It's a vehicle for a villain, right? Like, he's just a scary guy that shoots lasers out of his head. No depth, no story, not even a name, but is just a medium, a vehicle to progress the story. And in Avatar Last Airbender Season 3, you can get away with that exactly one time. Darth Maul is the exact same character, except in what was supposed to be a significant, like, role and movie. Darth Maul is nothing other than a villain in an outfit. That has like a double-sided lightsaber, and that blew the kids' minds and stuff like that. Not a good character. Doesn't count as a character. Can't do it. Can't do it. No, I haven't watched Clone Wars. I keep wanting to get into it, and I keep not doing it. Well, I'm speaking from the movie perspective. It's just not a character. It's a non-character. What does French monopolies mean for this game? We've got some monopolies going. Actually, let's put a cut in the video. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the monopolies we have and some of our goals. Because I do need to start, we need to start doing some math and figuring out like how close we are to actual monopolies and therefore corporations and therefore goods. But it's been a fun exploration through this. Thanks for enjoying all the 90s discussion. I'm curious to read the YouTube comments on this video and see if we have some, if we've riled anybody up or if anybody has some other opinions to share. But thanks, YouTubers. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.